Welcome. Welcome to Sweet Annie's Life. If you are new to this channel, welcome once again. If you are returning, thank you for stopping back. Now, this channel deals with testimonies, faith, skin, hair, lifestyles in general, in the kitchen with Annie, which could be anything. And the reason I wanted this channel to deal with a multitude of things is because I think that we need to know how to take care of ourselves and how to live. And it's not only spiritual, but it is physical and everything as well. So in the kitchen with Annie could be anything. And testimonies, thank you for stopping in and listening to any of my testimonies that you would have listened to. So today we are going to be looking at a super simple recipe. And I know sometimes it could be a total drag when you have to be going in the spice rack and taking out all different kinds of spices and just, using one bottle after another, one bottle after another. So today we are going to be looking at my dry rub, Sweet Annie's dry rub. And this is what I use sometimes on my, chicken, on my beef, whatever. You can use this on anything. We're going to be looking at two today. We're going to be looking at the regular one that you can use for like barbecue and all that. And then we are going to be looking at the curry, my curry dry rub, because I showed y'all how I make my wet seasoning. Now this is my dry seasoning, so to speak. I have everything laid out here. One thing that is missing is my thyme, but that's okay, because you can put that in separate, you can put that in after. So let's get, so I have everything that I'm going to need laid out here. I am going to decide how much of everything that I'm going to put in, because I already measured them out with my measuring things. These are my gloves. This is going to be my stirring thing that I normally use, and this is what I'm going to use to put them in the bottles. And these are my bottles that I am going to be putting them in. So we are going to be looking at the first one today. And I love to make it because it's so easy. You just, if you're doing some barbecue wings, which I will show you how I do my barbecue wings. If you're doing some barbecue wings, honey barbecue, you just season it with some of this instead of the wet seasoning, and you are good to go. So the first thing that we are going to look at, let's look at, this is my chives, some dried chives. This is my garlic, and this is like minced garlic. I didn't get the powder garlic. This is some rosemary. We're going to use this sparingly because rosemary could overpower stuff. This is some ginger, and when I smelled this ginger, I was like so shocked because it actually smells like ginger. This is my onion powder that I'm going to use. This is some cinnamon. This is my oregano, or I could never get that pronounced properly. but you know what I mean. This is my basil. This is my parsley, which looks beautiful, doesn't it? And my salt. I use sea salt because when I use the sea salt, I know that it is pure. It don't have any anti-caking agents or anything like that. So I use sea salt in everything. If I, probably put it in some chicken or something and like with salt, I might use like the regular salt, but I use sea salt all the time. This is some paprika, and this is my sugar. Now, as I said, we're doing 2 recipes today, so this recipe can be used on, any kind of meat. Well, not fish. This is not a fish recipe. And this is some clove. We're also going to use this sparingly. But this is the actual cloves that I put in my coffee grinder and I grind. I have some other things here, and this is my cayenne pepper. This is a little bit of curry that we're going to use, and this is some cumin as well. And I hope that y'all saw everything, because unfortunately I've been doing this on my own, so I can't see. All right, so the first thing we are going to be putting, let's put in our actual herbs. As I said, the only thing that is missing is the thyme, and that's fine. So this is our chives going in here now. You can see how super simple this recipe is. I even felt so bad bringing it, but I wanted to get some, so I decided I'd bring it for you. And just remember, family, what I always say, use all that parsley. Can never go wrong with parsley. And then I already measured these out, so that was half cup for parsley. Then it was a 1/4 cup of the basil. What did I put it first? I can't even remember. The chives. So that was also a half cup of chives. Now this is the basil, and this is only a half cup of the basil. And this is, I'm getting myself all mixed up now, but this is my basil. That was my oregano. So these are both, you have to excuse me, you know how it is. Then this is my ginger. I'm gonna use this is a tablespoon. I'm gonna use my tablespoon and just put in a tablespoon of the ginger. This is my onion powder. This is also a half cup that I measured out. So I am going to put in all of that, because can never go wrong with onion. This is my cinnamon that I'm going to put half tablespoon of the cinnamon. This is my rosemary. I'm also going to put half tablespoon of the rosemary. This is my garlic that I am going to put 2 tablespoons of the garlic. Now this is my clove, and a lot of people don't like the taste of clove, so use it sparingly. Because I'm going to use it sparingly because I'm one of those people that is not so much of, because it is an overpowering taste. I hope I'm not talking too much, family. But this is my sugar. So this is a half. It's my sugar. This is a half. And don't worry, you might think it is a lot of sugar, but when we mix up everything, you will see it's not a lot of sugar. So our salt, we are going to use that sparingly. So this is a tablespoon, because you know you can add salt after if you want. You can add that after, but we don't want to put in too much now. And then this is my paprika. This is what gives everything the pretty color. I don't know how much of you know, but paprika is dried sweet peppers. That red sweet peppers, that's, and then ground it down. Okay, and this is, as I said, this is my cumin. So I'm going to be putting in some of the cumin. Family, this might seem like a lot of things, but really isn't. This seasoning is going to be so awesome. Then I like to put in, this is 2 tablespoons, so I put in 2 tablespoons of my curry. And I am going to put in, just to give it a little kick, I am going to put in some cayenne pepper. You can use chili pepper as well. I have some chili pepper there. I was trying to figure out which should I use, but I know that cayenne pepper is so good for you. Chili pepper is as well. But we're going to put in a little bit of that to give it a little kick. Not too much, because as I always say, or as my gran always used to say, you could put in, but you can't take out. So now, family, we have everything in this container. So what we're going to do, it looks like a lot, but not to worry. What we are going to do is just get everything all blended up together. And then I normally taste it just like how I would taste the thing. This is always the sugar. Sugar always has these hard. All right, I have on the gloves, so I'm gonna take my fingers and just, so family, if you like this recipe, this really super simple recipe, because I'm gonna be doing 2 of them for you today. This one you can just put on some barbecue chicken, some beef, anything. But this is an awesome recipe. And whatever else you wanted to add in here, you can do it as well. You can also give me a comment, send me a comment. And family, look at it. This is your dry rub that you just made. So this dry rub, we are going to, it looks awesome. I just love to see the herbs in between there. So if you like this recipe, you just give me a like, a share, and subscribe, and that would be totally appreciative. Let's taste it first. So I just take a little in my hand and I taste it to make sure that everything is blended in. Oh, it really does have a kick, and it is awesome. So now we are going to just put it in our bottle, and this goes into our pantry. And then when you're ready, use it just like any other seasoning. And that is all done. This one is all done, family. So let's look at it. This is our dry rub all done. So the next recipe we are going to be looking at is our curry recipe. So let's get started. So we are just going to look at our curry recipe now. So once again, we are putting in our chives, and we are putting in our parsley. We are going to put in our oregano, and we are putting in our basil, dried basil. I am going to be putting in some mustard powder, and I put in a tablespoon of the mustard powder. And this is especially for curries, family. A little bit more of the rosemary. Use sparingly. This is some curry leaves that I also, some of them still have big chunks, but I put it in my coffee grinder. Some curry leaves. So we are gonna use those curry leaves. Some ginger, which is a tablespoon of ginger, and a little bit of cinnamon. Then our garlic, we are going to use the rest of that. This is some lemon pepper that I'm also using there. And then my actual curry, but I'll show y'all how I do my curry chicken, because it is not, you don't just put the curry in the pot while the chicken is boiling. It is a special way to do it. All right, and this is my turmeric, and this is a tablespoon of turmeric. And the turmeric, a lot of the times, is what gives the curry that beautiful color. And then this is our sugar once again. And I hope once again that you are enjoying these two recipes. I probably should have just done one, but I didn't think it would take so long. And our curry, 2 tablespoons, the salt, 2 tablespoons of the salt, and then a little bit of cumin. And once again, we are all done. And family, you could put in whatever else that you want to put in your recipes. I'm just showing you like basic recipes. And if you would look at this one, you will see that this one looks totally different from the other one, because the other one is for, I'm just gonna crush this brown sugar a little bit, because the thing about brown sugar, it just all right, it looks beautiful. And this is for our curries. And if you would notice, I didn't put in any kind of pepper in this one because curry is hot on its own. One thing I almost forgot was my onion powder. So we are putting in once again a half cup of onion powder, and then we are just going to blend these things together, and then we are going to give it a taste. I love tasting my seasonings, but we are going to give it a taste. All right, here we go. It's so nice, and it has that tang. It has a slight tang from the lemon pepper. But what we are going to do is put a little bit of black pepper in it to help with the turmeric, because there's something that the two of those together makes the turmeric work better in your body. So now what we are going to do is we are going to put this in our bottle. So this is our curry seasoning. As you can see, I didn't put any paprika in it because the paprika would throw off the color, because we're looking to get curry. And this is it, family. And I want to thank you so much for joining me in the kitchen with Annie. This is our curry. And next thing we're gonna do is don't forget to label them, date them. And I normally write my labels like paper, and then I stick my labels on them so that I can use back my bottles again. I don't like to write on the actual covers or anything. So this is it, family. Our 2 dry rubs all done. One curry and the other one for any kind of meat, your barbecue, anything like that. And we will do some barbecue chicken. And these are our 2 spices, curry and barbecue, or any kind. We can do some Italian seasoning if you want. If you're interested, just send me a comment, send me any kind of message, and whatever you want to see, I'll do it for you. So these are our spices. I want to thank you for joining me with these 2 super simple recipes. So I hope that you make it yourself and you enjoy it, and the taste is just the way you like it. Once again, My name is Annie, and this is In the Kitchen with Annie. So, I to have a great day, and blessings to all of you. And I will be coming back to you shortly with some more of whatever it is the Lord placed on my heart to do. So you have an awesome day. And once again, spread the love.